Alright boys, shut your mouth for 5 minutes. We've got to do this nice and quietly while we still have the element of surprise. This home Yumi world ain't gonna see a thing coming, not while we're on the job. These Yumi gits have got a proper scrap on their hands, and we's gonna win. We's got the biggest shooters, the loudest guns, the fastest boys, and a couple of weird gits too. But no one of them is gonna stop us from crumping them good. We is the orcs, and they is not.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 3 vs 3 on Shaken Coast. Fighting for the Imperium, we have got Martin as the Imperial Guard, we've got Phoenix as the Imperial Guard, and we've got the Blast Furnace as the Space Marines. On the Orc side, we have got Stranger, we've got Kaikuken, and we have got me. So, big map this one, as you can see, just absolutely huge. Interesting thing about this map is that each team, should I say, has 3 people. One right at the front, going to be taking the brunt of the fighting. There's a couple of people nice and snug round over here, so these guys will be able to focus on their economies a lot more than the Space Marine player and myself. I did feel a little bit nervous, considering my skill level and then being placed on the front lines. Do have a squad of Imperial conscripts just zooming across towards this strategic point, trying to deny my naturals, which is not something I'm vibing for. I've got to say, I still love this flag. Look at it. It's the cutest thing I've ever did seen. Brilliant stuff. But yeah, so massive orcs. I imagine that our game plan here is just to get as many shooter boys, slugger boys, get the big Dakar lines going. Imperial Guard will be able to provide a good defensive line. Space Marines being the blade to the Imperium's hammer, or however you would like to compare and contrast those two factions. My shooter boys are going to move forward, having a good look at these Imperial conscripts, and realistically, these shooter boys are going to win all day long, especially at range. Slugger boys are going to come in and try and screen for these lads. Got some very green slugger boys from Stranger chasing away those scouts, but we do have some more conscripts and actual tactical marines to cause those guys a bit of a headache. Morale being broken over here. 2 squads of shooter boys now on the wings. Make very quick work, and bearing in mind that all this river here is negative cover, even though there's no little symbol above people's heads, so something to take into consideration. We don't mind negative cover, we're just going to ride straight in there and focus fire on these tactical marines. And even though these boys are very beefy, it's nearly 1,500 health apiece, if you pardon my appalling math. Yeah, they're going to get Dakar down pretty good, I reckon. Although mind you, these sluggers are not having a great time. More shooter boys being teleported by Kaikuken's big mech. Horses having a think about charging him, but then deciding against it. Deciding that they'll choose being alive over being dead any day of the week. A whole Dakar line pushing back these tactical marines. Infantry command being defended by some tank traps as well. Just going to unleash a whole hail of las guns and plasma guns. Another interesting thing about this map that I completely forgot to mention is that while everyone's busy having bases down here, the map is actually quite long as well. There's a relic way over yonder, and it's quite easy to forget about this side of the map. So yeah, just to fill you in on the old geography of the battlefield. Lots of tactical marines now. Not amazing with the health at the moment, but still something to cause you to quake in the old boots. Sure boys though, I mean, this is just a lot of Dakar, baby. This is whole squad wipe going on down there. Another squad wipe looking like it'll be done in. Servitors feeling the fear if their secretary even lets them. One lonely slugger boy here being forgotten by me. I've got a turret emplacement, again being surrounded by tank traps, which is very nice. Keeping those slugger boys away and any potential storm boys in the near future. Imperial conscripts trying to cause a distraction while this very long-range infantry command is Good to pester this one lonely shooter boy. Yeah, the Dakar line is strong. The Dakar line is holding firm. And the tactical marines are going to be wiped out to a man. But while that's going on over here, the horses are being a major pain in the Orc side. Bad Moon variants going toe-to-toe with the Imperial Guardsmen riders. And in a 1v1 scrum, I do believe that the horsemen will win. Although a second squad of Slugger Boys are coming in. Morale has been broken for these Slugger Boys though. But in fact, actually that's a lot of Slugger Boys. Yeah, these horses will probably want to vamoose out of there at some point. Minefield's been placed down, so this looks like where the Imperial Guard and Space Marines will stand. Fully qualified guardsmen over here watching over these conscripts as the horses make a quick dash. We just look at the speed on these boys. It makes me think that it looks like as if the game's being sped up at the moment, but it's not. They've got a run ability. I do believe, like, what is it, the Guardsman horses, I do believe that the conscripts also have a run ability as well, which just basically makes them super duper speedy. Space Marines claiming the relic here.
Enemies here!
Being spotted by one of the Imperial Guard's advanced scanners. One commissar getting his boots wet, crossing the battlefield. Kaikuken moving his shooter boys over here. These scouts fleeing as quick as they can. But a good old-fashioned heavy bolter turret will certainly keep these shooter boys at bay for the moment. A listing post being popped down here as well, just for good measure. These guys will try and focus down this listing post, while the horses are just recuperating and catching a breath. Imperial conscripts over here are going to try and decap this strategic point. Not sure what I'm doing. I was moving my shooter boys over here to deal with the horses. But then once again, these conscripts causing a pain. Heavy weapons team again. I'm just loving the aesthetics. It's very Beach of Normandy-esque vibes going on there. Devastator's Marines now joining the fray. Equipped with heavy bolters as just a general notion. Impressive range, impressive damage. And certainly out DPS a full squad of shooter boys without their big shooters. Big Mech just teleporting in, not a care in the world, been surrounded by all sorts of fire from listing post, heavy bolter turrets, and the Devastators. Devastators not taking all that much in the way of damage. Orcs will probably want to go back home, or at least think about going somewhere near home. More tank drops being placed down as the shooter boys don't want to push out too far. Got 3 horses now. Just always in the back pocket, always ready to take another engagement when they are forgotten about. Good long range on these anti-tank support missile launchers. Jeez, yeah, that is a impressive one, is it? Curves around the mountain. Tech Marine looking at that strategic point, not able to build a listing post on it. It's currently unclaimed. Double heavy weapons teams, yeah. What are you equipped with? Autocannon and autocannon. Okay, so thinking about those heavy infantry variants. Have a look at the economies. 92 and 20. Oh, sorry, well, on this side, sorry. 140, 130 and 79, 125 and 60, compared to 182 and 133, 157 and 79, and 92 and 20. But just always assume that if I'm in one of these teams, my economy is always going to be dramatically lower than everyone else's. I've just decided to just go for pure shooter boys in the hopes I might be able to be useful. Got a weird boy doing his little whatever you call that. Firing from the hip, quite literally. Shooter boys now trying to retake this listing post. Once this listing post goes up, it will be very difficult for them for the Orcs to be able to take it down. Triple heavy weapons teams causing no end of grief for these shooter boys. They will be focus fired by the shooter boys though, but the sound that taking too much damage will fall back away from this listing post, taking a lot of damage. That priest engines here will move forward trying to finish up that job. Over on the northern side of the map we do have a Rhino transport depositing some Devastator Marines. Going to do the old in-out, shake it all about. Big Mech teleports away. Do have a very speedy killer can. Probably jogging. Able to reinforce itself with 2 members in the squad. upgrading itself with some rocket launchers. And the Space Marines will fall back, unsure of what to do with their lives. Got some flash kits on the field now. Weird Boy doing his dance, dancing like no one's watching. These Imperial conscripts are not going to be winning anytime soon. Even with heavy weapons teams in support, these guys will go down as I focus fire on them. Listing post has been upgraded there, and they are going to go for a turret emplacement. Although I imagine I've killed the Tech Priest engines here. Go and see some Storm Boys now as well. Useful at bashing anything and everything in close combat, very mobile as well. Over here, Devastator still doing a badness for the Orcs. The triple killer cans. Not as deadly in melee as their Death Dread cousins, but still nothing that the Devastators want to tussle with. Another Hellfire Dreadnought. Not going to get any high fives off this guy. He's only got 2 guns and nothing to punch with. But with this ranged theme that the Space Marine player is going to go for, that's totally fine by him. Orcs further pushing on down here, but will be pestered and bothered by the minefield. Going to be shot down by the shooter boys at the back. And all these tank traps aren't going to do all that much, for there are no tanks to be trapped. Conscripts going to go down in a flurry of meat and sinew, as this turret emplacement will be going up to the Spirit in the Sky. Slugger boys having the morale broken, but they don't mind. They're just here to distract the Devastators. Rhino transport having to get out there quick, sharpish. Servitor keeping it fighting fit there. Killer Cans 1 has been taken down. They will now engage this Hellfire Dreadnought in glorious hand-to-hand combat. Devastators have upgraded themselves with 1 multi-melter, and yeah, 1 multi-melter each. Another Killer Can goes down. Not the most tankiest of dudes. I just love that the way that these dudes walk. They don't really have like an up and down motion, so it kind of just looks like they are floating around on their feet. See if we can catch them moving. He says, now they won't move, will they? Go on, do a thing. There we go, look at them. Actually, no, now that I've zoomed in, they do have a little bit of a up and down motion to them. Alright, fine, call me a liar. The Caster's curse, boys and girls. Anyway, my Storm Boys coming in. Not doing amazing stuff against the listening post. I do think that I've completely and totally forgot to... Yeah, there's no Storm Boy knob, so there's no power claw. So they won't be bashing through that anytime soon. But keeping that pressure on, managed to decap that strategic point. Also decapping this relic over yonder. So the siege is turning the heat up. Got a big mech zapping that Rhino transport, preventing any falling back for these Devastator Marines. Devastator Marines versus Flash Gits. Flash Gits will probably win. Especially we've got these killer cannons trundling along, singing a song, practically skipping merrily towards an engagement. One will be taken down before it's able to get there, though, sadly. Will decide to focus on this Rhino transport, managing to take it down in a flurry of fire and smoke. Do have some tank busters, which are making this Hellfire Dreadnought regret its life choices. Do have, where are you? Ah, Whirlwind Mark 1. Nice little unit. Amazing range and good DPS, especially against heavy infantry. Although being zapped by the big mech, wherever he is. One lonely Flash Gate, not standing around with the boys. Oh no, it wasn't the big mech, it was this weird boy just doing what weird boys do. Over on this side, Storm Boys are focus firing or focus bashing on the Basilisk. Not quite able to get enough good hits on there, sadly. But 2 squad Storm Boys here. These heavy weapons teams, though, making them feel the pain, feel the fury. Sure Boys over here being wiped out almost to a man. And yeah, a lot of Basilisks are causing... In fact, that's all the Storm Boys down here wiped out, sadly. Press F in the chat. Pour one for your homies. sad times in the pipelines. What's going on at the moment? We've got some ironclad dreadnoughts. The best dreadnoughts known to man, in my humble, honest opinion. Some more basilisks on the northern side. I'm going to see a communications tower. It's absolute shenanigans from everyone. Priests from Martin on the south side. Basilisks moving forward to get into a good firing position. Rhino transport and devastators using the terrain to their advantage. Going to deny that listing post or having any listing post on that side. What's going on in the Orc base? Just a veritable tide of green for Stranger. Do I have anything crazy? Got some mech labs. Am I doing anything cool? No, my base is a lot less impressive. Gonna rebuild the Storm Boys. Listing post over here. Going to be taken down in no time flat. Las cannons and melter guns akimbo. Imperial conscripts losing their morale, even though I don't think they're even fighting anything. A big war going on down here. Going to inspire the lads, increasing the movement speed and general overall effectiveness. Do have a kill crusher. Look at that bad boy. Cannon erected to the sky. Like a basilisk, but a little bit more fiery. Can't quite get comfortable enough to shoot. Flash kits teleporting in. There we go, look at that fire. Slow rate of fire, but once it does fire, there's a lot of damage. An absolute scrum over here. Stormboy's trying to tie up those devastators. Rhino goes down. Heavy weapons teams getting some good shots off. Not being disturbed by anyone. Two shooter boys over here contesting the strategic point as an ironclad dreadnought moves in with its hurricane bolter. There's amazing damage against infantry. Double kill crushers now. In fact, triple kill crushers. Moseying on down like it owns the place. Also equipped with a bunch of other different guns, which is very posh. But it's just an endless tide of kill crushers. How many more kill crushers have we got coming? Is that it? That's it for now by the looks of things. Yeah, this is a lot of tank and nefarious stuff going on, but a significant amount of basilisks, so no amount of infantry is getting through anytime soon. But our basilisks, oh yeah, basilisks are also decent against vehicles as well, so certainly we'll give these kill crushers a thing or two to think about. Now we've got a whole smorgasbord of Storm Boys and Flash Kits going to just get involved. Give them the old elbow grease. As they chase around these basilisks. Basilisks notoriously slow. I mean, look at this traffic jam going on down here. Yeah, Stormboy's getting us around that basilisk. It's not moving anywhere. Kill Crusher's just going to annihilate anything and everything in the base as these flash kits do a mean on this listing post down here. Imperial Guard trying to build a field command for reasons. Oh, popping down a field command to separate the Stormboys from the basilisks over there, I imagine. But yeah, it's just pure, just explosions. Glorious, amazing stuff. Basilisk feeling the sting of the Kill Crushers. What are the Imperial Guard doing in response? I've got a little flag dude. It's quite nice. Good for morale and all that jazz. Kill Crushers falling back for reasons. Because of the Devastators. Combination of Devastators and Basilisks will certainly kill those Kill Crushers in no time flat. Over on northern side we do have some scouts being a menace to these grots. Focusing down on Kai Kuken's listing post. We are seeing a mech shot now from me and a meanest teleporter. Quite possibly one of the biggest structures I've ever did seen. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's the Necrons that have the largest structures with some of their relic units of that big old tower. We'll have to do a Necron themed game. We did try and do the War in Heaven a while ago, but Necron Warriors just spammed them out. It was a bit imber, so we'll have to think of a more balanced engagement rather than 4 Necron players versus 2 Eldar and 2 Orcs. Gonna see a little killer can from me. And some commandos. Venus teleport takes a while to build up. Cassicans are on the field. Rhino transport instantly regretting its life choices as it's been fired at by a volley, or should I say a squadron of kill crushers. I mean, this base building is just quite impressive. It's the Imperial Guard are everywhere. Space Marine player decides to not rebuild all his stuff on here. Going to rebuild most of his tech buildings on this side. Anything else that they're building up at the present moment. Just more field commands. More field commands you have, the more plasma generators you are able to recruit. Going to go for an industry command as well. Listening post over here, being spotted by the scanner. I mean, look, just look at that range. That's insane. Insane range. Over here, we do have some of my commandos sneaking up. I'm going to take a really quick drink because I've been doing like a bajillion casts today. I think this will be hour 3 of doing casts. I'm trying to get it all done on a Sunday. And during the week I can sleep. Sleep is a huge vibe. These commandos not really doing all that much damage. Not as impressive as I thought they were going to be. We do have some Cassicans over here. In fact, actually 2 full-blown squads from Martin in the back lines. Now the Kill Crushers are going to give it another go. Devastator Marines. Surrounded by Basilisk fire. Yeah, these Kill Crushers aren't going to be living for much longer. But in saying that, there are a lot of Kill Crushers. The Devastators don't seem to be... no, actually not. Ignore everything I just said. These Devastators are not going to stand up to 4 big cannons of Kill Crushers. Cassicans over here being chased around by the commandos, trying to take on these bigger generators, which is exactly what you want. While the big focus at the moment is the assault on the front lines, harassing around in the back alleys and whatnot, distracting the Orcs' attention. Devastators will seemingly take out this Kill Crusher in a few moments. There we go, there's one taken down. But I think... oh no, one's just going off on a solo mission. He decides, sod this, there's not enough Dakar on this side of the map, I want to go down south. Do have a Thunderhawk just kind of chilling out there. But yeah, this Kill Crusher kind of been thrown away, really. Not going to survive the impressive firing line of the Imperial Guard. This Kill Crusher will also go down. Commandos now teleporting around. Yeah, because these guys have got no infiltration detection. These commanders can just have a grand old time. Well, he says that until they suddenly get infiltration detection. But yeah, these commandos are going to go down. But being saved by looters and flash gits alike. Going to slink off into the darkness. Do some bomber squigs being recruited, as well as a custom stomper. Look at that guy just make his way downtown, walking fast. It reminds me of... oh, the dude from Robot Wars, not Sir Killalot, the other one. In the more recent... well, when I say more recent, the later season, they had... dude with like a really big hammer. Ah, that's beautiful, look at that. Oh, it's like his little face got a nose for a gun. Cracking! This Skazi flies high in the air. Dear oh dear, managing to survive that. Sticking that 3.1 landing. Take that boy to the Olympics. Give him a biscuit. Anyway, Caskins being chased away by the flash kits and the looters. Do have a whole smorgasbord of squigs.
His soldiers will strike you down. His war machines will crush you under their treads.
Lots of flash kits firing away at these Caskins, using their God Save the Emperor ability to stay alive. Being swarmed around by these bomber squigs, although don't want to really explode them until the ability wears off. If you heard the Imperial Guard commanders shouting in the background, that was one of their abilities where they just basically make everyone on the opposing team lose their morale. Come on, look at Dark Eldar ability. Anyway, the bomber squad's not really being all that useful. Not achieving much in the grand scheme of things. Custom Stomper there. Just casually walking into the base. Leaving footprints in the dirt. And this dude does not mess around at all. And look at that, just more or less two-shotting that machine cult. Although not the healthiest of boys himself at the moment, already on half health. Dear oh dear. Box Squigs over here, as well as Killer Cans and Commandos. Not able to get anywhere close due to the impressive range of that turret emplacement. Custom Stomper, he's looking a bit lost. It's like that... Oh, that meme with the dude from that Tarantino film, whatever you call it, where it looks lost. Completely forgot the name of that film. Should really get around to watching it. The one of Samuel Jackson where he's talking about cheeseburger, that one. You know the one I'm on about. Anyway, Vindicare Assassin getting some shots in. Although this Killer Can will see him and burn that boy to a crisp. Looking very pleased about himself as he does. Custom Teleporter going down. Not Custom Teleporter, sorry, Custom Titan Can thing. Over here we have a big mech. Just not enjoying himself, really. Same with this war boss here, they've kind of been forgotten about. And what have we got going on here? It's a whole sleuth of Slugger boys. As well as a Gargant. Just quite a wide chap. Lots of guns on him. Excellent against Titan's vehicles and breaking the morale of others. But yeah, this is just all the orcs. I mean, I imagine they probably won't do all that much. They'll probably be annihilated by the basilisks and whatnot, but still very entertaining to see. This Whirlwind Mark II really doing the business. They're not deterred. They will continue their charge no matter what. Put some Devastators on the side as well. And these dogs are just going to charge straight down the middle of this valley. Not caring one iota. Absolutely glorious stuff. Very aesthetically pleasing. Oh, it's not going to teleport straight into the base. And now, suddenly, the Imperial Guard and the Space Marines are looking a little bit more vulnerable than they did before. But then again, a significant amount of firepower will whittle these orcs down quick, sharpish. I mean, I wish I could tell you what's going on. I have no idea myself. We also have some more orcs, from my perspective, coming in to join the fray. Fighter Bomber as well, doing what it can. It's like a fireworks show. Warboss in the mix, focus firing on those basilisks, getting his meaty claws around them. The Devastator's still here. Oh no, Devastators have been taken care of by the Gargant, and the orc wave seems to have dissipated somewhat. Just look at the bodies. That's a hell of a lot of the dead orcs. Warboss also going to go down as well. Double fighter bombers, trying to focus on anything and everything, whatever takes their fancy in the moment. Gargant just looking over this field of death. But yeah, this is not a happy situation for them. While this is going on, I've been recruiting myself a little fleet of grot tanks. Quite like the little hats, little gun up at the top. We'll see how effective they are. If the Slugger boys aren't doing well, then maybe someone else will. Cascan's been deep striked into what's his face? Kai Kuken's base, as well as a Stormlord. This is going to cause major problems for Kai Kuken. He does have a Daka Stomper himself there. That's probably not going to wipe out Kai Kuken, but certainly will causing problems with all the war banners going to go down. Boy, bringing the purple fire to the Stormlord's flanks. Castercan's been wiped out to a man. And now I've got a whole convoy of Grot tanks. Go and see what kind of firing support that they can provide. Stormlord does go down. And so the Grots, the sad face, will turn back around. Another kill burster. Short range, but packs a punch. Let's have a look at the economies. 127 and 88, 228 and 320, and 85 and 31. Yeah, this Space Marine player is feeling a bit sad at the moment. Compared to 438 and 800 green money, 273 and 672, and 101 and 83. I'm trying, look at that. And who needs a large economy when our fighting force is going to be Grot tanks, and Grot tanks exclusively? The viable build, I am sure, definitely a meta build if I've ever did seen one. Gargant just soloing the top base here. Pardon me. But yeah, Space Marine base looks like it's going to go down. He might want to rebuild it somewhere else. We're going to see a Fire Sword coming for the Imperial Guard. Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's rebuilt it anywhere. We're doing up there, we go look at that. Put the Flight of the Valkyries on. We're going to see the might of the Grots going in, but dear oh dear, one shot, one kill. That is a sad time. But glorious to see. I mean, they will make it into the base, I assume, if they can stop this traffic jam. Yeah, that's actually no, I don't think they'll even make it into combat. That's really sad. Come on, boys, you can do it. There we go. I do like it that when the one they're about to fire, they do put the little hatch on. But yeah, no, they decided maybe that's not an engagement that they're going to win. What else is going on? Daka Stomper now moving towards Martin's base. Warboss leading the charge, bringing his big power claw to bear on the listening post. And the Gargant still undeterred, but very low on health at the moment. Going to be taken up fairly soon. Stronghold being rebuilt over yonder. We are going to see that strangers joining in the Grot tank vibe. Will be getting involved. And I'm actually going to swap off the Grots, as I can't hear. I just don't want to hear the Grot tanks telling us that they're here anymore. Got an even bigger meanest generator being assaulted by this Fire Sword. More Cassicans also coming in, cause pain and mischief. A second Baneblade being dropped in, and that's actually quite a disastrous thing for Kaikuken. You don't want two Baneblades in your base, especially when half the fighting force on the other side of the map. You know, a whole bunch of ouchie platforms being set up. In fact, these ouchie platforms over here are doing a fair number on this Fire Sword. Do you have an explosive thing going on somewhere? Where was that? Or was it just on... I don't know. It was somewhere. Yeah, the Grot tanks are moving in now. That's a good fleet. Gonna come in for supportive purposes. And look at that. We might be able to see it fire. Yeah, look at him go. Yeah, that huge explosion you just saw then. Grot tank. That's what the Grot tank did, baby. It just needs to get into close combat. It doesn't really, just in case you're not entirely sure, but it's just beautiful, isn't it? Anyway, Daka Stomper stomping the Daka down here. Field command looking worse for wear. do have a Thunder Laser Destroyer tank against Titans, but not so much against these boys. One Vindicator Assassin going toe-to-toe with the might of the Grot tank. Look at that. Getting some shots in. As the Grots do like a little bit of a drive-by into the heart of Martin's base. And there we go. The most beautiful convoy you'll ever did see. So realistically, I mean, what can the Imperial Guard and Space Marines do? They're going to build up some more infantry commands, or industry commands, sorry. Got a Titan Assembly Bunker. Got a Marauder Vigilant, however one says that. More Basilisks on the way from this side. I mean, Thunder Laser Destroyer Cannons, yeah, that makes sense as we've kind of departed away from infantry in this game a bit. Go and see this cheeky chappy just turn up and throw down some missiles before retreating. Earth Shaker platform being surrounded on all sides. Although it is able to one-shot a Grot tank, but there's so many to one-shot and its rate of fire is so slow, might not be able to do it all. Got two Earth Shaker platforms down here though. And yeah, the traffic jam is real. What's the next best thing? Oh, we're just carrying on. We're just carrying this on, apparently. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 Daka Stompers over on this side. So Imperial Guard and Space Marines will have to plot some big guns soon if they want to even stand a chance against the next wave to come. This dude here, not going to survive for much longer, but he certainly got to see the world on his own terms, gosh darn it. Tank's now going to spread out and see what else they can muster and accomplish. But that's a lot of Basilisks. I've also got a Lieutenant Command tank as well. Very strong tank, incredible damage. Good range in it as well. Vindicator Assassin just been holding the line with tank support. There we go, the attention has been drawn away. But yeah, more Daka Stompers coming online. Bomber Squigs. We're transitioning away now. Trying to see if we can get these guys to work. Absolute madness, absolute insanity. But yeah, if anything, our real enemy at the moment is this mountain. There's a straight line. We've got more boys in. Got a couple of tank busters delving across, which they will be able to get quite close before they'll be detected. And once these Basilisks and these defences are taken offline, it will leave the Daka Stompers plenty of wiggle room to just shimmy and shake on the way in. Asking it, what are you? A boomy platform? Oh, that's a boomy platform built by me. Not sure if it's got the range on it to hit anything though, which is sad. Tank Busters not able to get in, I'm afraid. As a general on his own in the world moves down south. Thermoplasma generator going to be built up down here. Haven't seen much from the Space Marine play. He's been taking a real long time just regaining his economy and whatnot. I imagine his economy is probably quite a sad thing at the moment. Yeah, got a little bit of flirt though. Here we go, the Bomber Squigs. So we can get a bit more cinematic with this. Problem is that when you kill a Bomber Squig, they kind of explode all the other lads around him. Give it a good go. Yeah, these boys aren't destined for life. I mean, does even one get there? Nope, not even one gets there. It's like a game of tower defense at this point, I think. A good squadron of Thunder and Laser Destroyer tanks there. I mean, like I said, it's more or less one-shotting all these Grot tanks. And if you can get these into a good position against the Daka Stompers, will certainly make them think twice, but then again, that is a lot of Daka Stompers. I'll be very careful with the engagement, see if we can get them on the flanks, maybe isolate one or two of them. The Grot tanks never end. Anything else major coming out at the moment? Nothing quite, just everyone's in on it now. I'm fairly sure in the real Siege of Terror, Grots were actually the mainstay of the fighting force. There were no Crocs, it was just lots of really tall Grots. Anyway, the assault is starting. Million Daka Stompers meandering towards a poor space being placed, but so long rebuilding his base to only instantly lose it once again. Yeah, that's a sad scenario if I've ever seen one. Basilisk doing what they can, but not much you can really do. The front laser cannons trying to get past these Grots, but I mean, it's just an unending wall of miniature tanks. Space Marine player has been culled from the battle. Looks like this entire Imperial Guard base is also going to be going the way of the dinosaur at some point in the near future. And there we go, Martin also leaves the game as well, leaving poor old Phoenix on his own to stand and try and defend Terra in the best way he can. But something tells me, I've got an inkling, I've got a hunch, it's not going to quite do it. Grot tank still trying to get involved, but no mass, I'm afraid. No mass, no class, it's just the honourable last stand. Grot's been affected by the war. Gonna get straight involved in there. Good lord, what on earth is going on over there? Oh, it's the remainder of the Imperial Guard base from the north side. Yeah. We are going to see a Commander Reaver Titan in the last moments. Something nice. Realistically, will he be able to stand up against a million Daka Stompers? No, but the Titan will certainly add some time to his lifespan. Cascan Airborne veterans. The elite, the cream of the crop of the Imperium. Well, the unaugmented cream of the crop of the Imperium, shall we say. Now we've got some Slugger Boys on the way just to add to the selection, add to the unit composition. Command Reaver Titan. It's a beautiful little piece of machinery. One red eye, one blue eye, much like an anime protagonist. Will begin to open fire any moment if we can get past all the buildings. Another war gonna go down. But the Reaver Titan can't exactly get into a good, decent firing position. Daka Stompers forming a wall of green. And yes, I do believe that is more or less it. I do quite like the footprints in the floor that's leaving. But yeah, no, he can't get his Commander Reaver Titan out, sir. He's going to call it quits there. But yeah, I'll be honest, a bit of a memey game. It was a bit of a memey game, but I mean, just how can you not? How can you not want to see these cheeky misters going about their business? Fantastic stuff. But yeah, anyway, thank you again to the players for inviting us to join playing this game and for just being general, beautiful human beings. Before I even sign off as well, if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month does get you one extra game a week. My name's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never a chore, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace.